For 37 years, if somebody waiting in the ferry line saw somebody else cutting in front of them, they could call the Hero Hotline and report it. That number is being discontinued as the ferry and state patrols say the emphasis now is switching from education to enforcement. Unless you're like Jan.
I'm retired. I have all the time in the world.
Line cutting probably drives you crazy, especially when you've been patiently waiting.
If I see that, if I end up on the ferry or something and I recognize that, I point it out to him. I said, you know, you guys cut right in line.
The Washington State ferry system changing tactics when it comes to dealing with so-called line cutters. Wednesday announcing that after 37 years, the Hero Hotline is no more. Instead, they'll work with Washington State Patrol, specifically the Homeland Security Division, to ticket drivers that aren't playing by the rules.
We want to also quell the sometimes fights that take place or verbal arguments, and none of which are acceptable.
Tensions that came to a head in 2019 when someone waiting at the Fauntleroy ferry terminal pulled out a gun in an attempt to break up a fight between two people. That person was arrested.
It's known that there are certain terminals that are higher in line cutting. Kingston was a big issue for a while. Kingston across the way, Mukilteo, Fauntleroy, all our terminals have line cutting issues. Some are a little more severe than the others.
The pandemic didn't help tensions much either. Staff and vessel shortages led to unpredictable lines where at times drivers sat in park for hours. Emotions are just elevated.
It's kind of uncomfortable because if someone cuts in front of you, you may be stuck with them.
Right. Well, if they cut in front of me, they're going to know about it right away. Usually, oh, I didn't know that, or something like that. They know better than that.
WSP troopers will be on the lookout for those hoping to get that unfair advantage, and they promise that tickets will follow. $139. That's the penalty for cutting the line. WSP says it will step up patrols, but will do so randomly so that passengers don't catch on. In Edmonds, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.